Hold on. Don't you move. Don't scroll past this. Don't close this out. Don't tell yourself you'll come back to it later. I need you to stop right where you are because I have something to say to you that cannot wait another minute. Out of every person on this planet right now, out of every soul that could have come across this message today, it was your name that was called first. Not by accident, not by some random algorithm, by me. I arranged this. I set it up. I made sure that out of everything fighting for your attention today, this would find you. And I need you to understand something before we go any further. The miracle you have been praying for, crying for, losing sleep over, and honestly sometimes wondering if it was ever going to show up. It is here, not on the way, not coming soon. Here, right now. And I brought you to this moment, specifically to tell you that, so lean in. Open your heart all the way, because what I'm about to speak into your life is going to hit different than anything you've heard in a long time. Let me tell you what I see when I look at you right now. I see someone who has been holding on for a really long time, and I don't mean holding on in some casual, comfortable way. I mean white-knuckling it, gripping faith with everything you have even when faith felt like it was slipping through your fingers. I see someone who has prayed the same prayer so many times they stopped counting. Someone who has watched other people get the very thing they've been believing for and had to fight, really fight, to stay happy for them while something inside quietly ached and asked, when is it my turn? I see someone who has had moments of real doubt, not the kind you say out loud, but the kind that shows up at 3 in the morning when the house is quiet and your mind won't shut off, the kind that whispers, what if nothing ever changes? What if I'm just not the kind of person these things happen for? I see all of that, every single layer of it, and I need you to know that not 1 second of any of it has been invisible to me. I have been right here through every single moment, every prayer, every doubt, every night you pushed through. Every morning you chose to keep going even when keeping going took everything you had. You are not invisible to me. You have never been invisible to me. And the waiting you've been doing, the long, hard, confusing waiting, it has not been me forgetting about you. It has been me preparing something for you that is so much bigger than what you originally asked for. Now let me tell you why I called your name first. Because I know that might sound too good to be true. I know the enemy has spent a long time convincing you that you're always last, that blessings are for other people, that the line moves for everyone except you. But here's what's real. Before you were born, before your parents ever met, before this moment in history even existed, I already knew your name. I already had plans written over your life. And those plans included this moment, this word, this breakthrough. You weren't a backup plan. You weren't an afterthought. You were a deliberate, intentional choice. And the miracle that is coming to you right now is not a consolation prize. It is not the leftovers after everyone else got theirs. It is something I specifically designed, specifically prepared, and specifically held in reserve for you. Because you are the one I had in mind when I made it. The enemy has been lying to you about this for years. He has been whispering that you are at the back of the line, that your prayers don't carry the same weight as other people's prayers, that there is something about you, something you can't quite put your finger on, that disqualifies you from the kind of breakthrough other people seem to walk into. Those are lies, every single one, and today I am shutting every one of them down. You are not at the back of the line. Your name was called first. And the miracle with your name on it has been ready and waiting for exactly this moment. I know the waiting has been hard. I'm not going to pretend it hasn't been. I'm not going to gloss over the real cost of what you've walked through in this season. The disappointments were real. The closed doors were real. The moments you thought you were finally about to break through and then didn't. Those were real too. But here is what I need you to understand about every single one of those moments. None of them were wasted. Not one. Every delay had a purpose. Every closed door was protection. Every season that felt like nothing was happening was actually a season where I was doing some of the most important work in your life. Work that was happening underneath the surface, in the places you couldn't see. Think about what gold goes through before it becomes gold. It doesn't just come out of the ground, shining. It gets pulled out of rock. It gets thrown into fire. It gets refined over and over again until every impurity is gone. And only after all of that, only after all that heat and pressure, does it come out as something genuinely valuable, something that lasts. That is what has been happening in you. You have been in the fire. You have been in the process, and it has been uncomfortable, and it has been long, and there have been moments when you genuinely couldn't see the point of any of it. But the point has been this: right here, right now, the person you are today, after everything you have walked through, is the person who is ready to receive what I am releasing into your life. If I had given you this miracle 2 years ago, you would not have been ready for it. If I had opened this door when you first started knocking, you would have walked through it as a different version of yourself, one that wasn't yet equipped to carry what's on the other side. I wasn't withholding from you. I was protecting the quality of what you were about to receive. Let me talk to you specifically about this miracle, because I don't want to be vague. You've heard enough vague. You've heard enough just keep believing without anything concrete behind it. I want to speak directly into the specific areas of your life where you have been waiting. Some of you have been believing for healing. Maybe it's your body. Maybe it's a diagnosis that came with a heavy word attached to it. Maybe it's something you've been dealing with quietly for a long time, not wanting to burden people with it, just carrying it and hoping. I see that. I know exactly what it is, and I am telling you, healing is moving in your direction right now. What the doctor said is not the final word. My word is the final word, and my word over your body is wholeness. Some of you have been believing for your finances. You have been in a season of real lack, the kind of financial pressure that keeps you up at night, that shows up in your stomach every time you check your account, that makes you feel like no matter how hard you work, you can never quite get ahead. I see that, too, and provision is coming, not a little shift. Overflow, from directions you are not currently looking at. I am the God of suddenly, and suddenly is about to show up in your situation. Some of you have been believing for a relationship. Maybe it's a marriage that has been struggling. Maybe it's a family relationship that has been broken for so long you've honestly started to wonder if it can ever be fixed. Maybe it's the longing for a person who truly gets you, who sees you, who stays. I have not forgotten that longing. I placed it in you, and I am the one who is going to fulfill it. Some of you have been believing for a purpose, a direction, a clear sense of what you are supposed to be doing with your life. You have felt stuck, confused, like everyone around you seems to know their lane and you are still standing at the intersection trying to figure out which way to go. The fog is lifting. The clarity is coming. I am about to make the path so clear in front of you that you are going to wonder how you ever doubted it. I want to address the question you haven't fully said out loud but have definitely thought. Why me? Why would I be the one whose name gets called first? Why would my miracle be the one that's ready right now? Here's the truth. It's not because you've been perfect. It's not because your faith has been flawless. It's not wondermight because you've never doubted or never failed or never had a season where you were running on absolute empty. You know better than anyone that your record is not spotless. I called your name because I chose you. Before the foundation of this world, before any of your choices, good or bad, had been made, I already decided that you were mine. I already wrote your name into my plans. I already had this moment set aside for you, and nothing you have done or not done has the power to change what I decided before time began. There is a woman in Scripture who had been sick for 12 years, 12 years of trying everything, 12 years of spending everything she had on doctors who couldn't help her, 12 years of being told by the religious community that her condition made her unclean, that she was on the outside, that the blessing wasn't for people like her. And then one day she pushed through a crowd to get to me, reached out, touched the edge of my garment, and was completely healed on the spot. Do you know what I said to her? I said, "Daughter, your faith has made you whole, not your perfection, not her attendance record, not her clean history, her faith, her decision to push through the crowd. Anyway, her refusal to let 12 years of disappointment stop her from reaching for what she believed was possible. That is your story right now. You have been pushing through, you have been reaching, and I am telling you, you are about to touch the hem, the healing, the breakthrough, the miracle that has your name, Unitum, on it. It is within reach right now. Now I have to be straight with you about something. The enemy knows what I just told you. He knows your breakthrough is here, and that makes him very dangerous right now. Not because he has the power to stop what I have set in motion, but because he is going to work overtime in these next days and weeks to make you talk yourself out of receiving it. He is going to bring up your past. He is going to remind you of every mistake you've ever made, every time you failed, every promise you made to me and broke. He is going to try to build a case for why you don't deserve what's coming, and he is going to do it in your own voice, in a way that sounds like reasonable self-awareness rather than the attack that it actually is. Don't fall for it. I already handled your past. Every single thing you were tempted to disqualify yourself over, every failure, every sin, every moment of weakness was already paid for. You are not walking into this miracle carrying the weight of your worst moments. You are walking into it covered, clean, chosen. The enemy is also going to use delay as a weapon. He knows that the longer something takes, the more your faith can erode. So he is going to try to stretch out the feeling of waiting even after the Troyef breakthrough has already been released. He is going to try to make you feel like nothing is changing, when actually everything is shifting beneath the surface. Stay sharp. Stay expectant. The miracle is not locked behind some future date. It is already in motion. The door is already open. And sometimes the gap between the promise and the evidence is where the enemy does his best work. Don't let him work in that gap. Hold on to what I have spoken over you today, with everything you have. So here is what I am asking you to do. Not tomorrow, not when you feel more ready. Right now. First, receive this. Don't just hear it and move on. Actually stop and receive it. Let it go past your ears and down into the deepest part of you. The part that has been waiting. The part that has been hoping, even when hope felt foolish. Let this word reach that place, and let it do what it was sent to do. Whole and full. Say it out loud if you have to. Say, my name was called first. My miracle is here. I receive it right now. It might feel strange to say it. Say it anyway. Faith has a voice, and speaking what I have spoken over you is one of the most powerful things you can do right now. Moon full. Second, stop rehearsing the reasons it won't work. I know your brain is already generating a list. It's too late. I've messed up too many times. Things like this don't happen to people like me. Every time one of those thoughts shows up, replace it with what I just told you. You were chosen. Your name was called first. The miracle has your name on it. Repeat it until the other voice gets quiet. Third, stay close to me through this. Don't drift. This is not the season to get distracted, to get comfortable, to let days go by without spending time in my presence. Get into my word. Pray, even if it's messy, even if it's short, even if some days all you've got is God, I need you. That is enough. Stay connected, because what I am releasing into your life in this season requires you to stay close to the source. There is one more thing I need to say to you before I let you go, and it is the thing that matters most out of everything I have said today. I have never stopped fighting for you. Not once. Not in your worst season. Not in your most rebellious season. Not in the seasons where you walked away from me and didn't look back for a long time. Not in the seasons where you were so deep in your own mess you couldn't imagine me still being interested in your story. I have been fighting for you since before you were born. I have been fighting for you through every single thing you have ever walked through, and I am fighting for you right now, today, in this moment, bringing this breakthrough, releasing this miracle, moving heaven and earth to make sure that what I have prepared for you actually reaches you. You are not a project I gave up on. You are not a lost cause I occasionally check in on, out of obligation. You are my child, and I fight for my children the way only a father who has never once stopped loving them can fight. Completely, relentlessly, without ever considering the option of giving up. The miracle that is coming to you is not just about changing your circumstances. It is about showing you, in a way that will mark you for the rest of your life, exactly how real I am, exactly how personal my love for you is, and exactly how little the enemy's lies have ever been able to do against what I have decided to release over you. You are going to look back on this season and understand it in a way you can't right now. You are going to see how every closed door, every delay, every hard night, every moment of doubt was actually part of the setup for what is about to happen. And when it comes, when you see it with your own eyes, you are going to know beyond any shadow of doubt that it was me. Your name was called first. Your miracle is already done in the spiritual realm. What you are waiting to see in the natural is already decided, already signed, already sealed. All that is left is the moment it breaks through into your visible reality. And that moment is closer than you think. So much closer than the enemy has been trying to convince you. Don't give up when you are this close. Don't let go when the breakthrough is literally at the door. Don't talk yourself out of receiving what I have specifically set apart for you. You have been faithful in the waiting. You have held on through seasons that would have broken most people, and now the holding on is coming to an end. Not because you gave up, but because I am delivering on every single thing I promised you. Walk forward, eyes open, heart open, hands open, because what I am bringing into your life is going to require you to be ready to receive it, and you are ready. I made sure of that through every single thing you walked through to get here. I love you more than you have ever fully allowed yourself to believe, more than the weight of your failures, more than the voice of your doubts, more than the distance that fear creates. My love for you is the most constant, unshakable, relentless force in your universe. And that love is what drove me to call your name first today. Your miracle is here. Receive it, walk in it, and never forget, I called your name on purpose, because you are mine. If this word reached the deep places today, if something in what you heard touched the part of you that has been waiting, drop, my miracle is here, in the comments right now. Declare it, own it, step into it. Share this with someone who needs to hear that their name was called too, because sometimes I use you to deliver the word that was meant for someone else. Subscribe and turn on notifications. There is more coming. Every message here is prepared for the exact season you are in. Stay close.